This is a really exciting meeting for me. I love interviewing all of our members for different reasons, but this is the first time I've been able to interview two people at once, and two very special people who came into our midst about a year ago now. You're celebrating your first anniversary with us, and you guys came on like gangbusters. I mean, here are two guys who are dedicated to their neighborhood, and we're going to learn more about that dedication in the next few minutes. But you guys are contributing in so many ways and being so helpful. And it's exciting to know that even during the course of the pandemic, something so marvelous could come out of it. And that's the two of you. So I'm looking forward to hearing your answers to my questions. And I hope everyone is as well. You've packed the room with friends and people who are very loyal to you. So that's nice as well. So Geoff, Aaron, here we go. My first question for you both is this. Before you were happily married, where did you see each of your lives going professionally, and whose idea was it to focus on real estate?
Yours is more straightforward.
Yeah, so we met in undergrad. My intention, I got a BFA in stage management. I had from age 11 to about 22 been gung-ho on being a Broadway stage manager. That was everything that I put my life into, and I went into a conservatory program to pursue that. I also got a master's degree right out of undergrad. I have an MBA in finance. I thought, if somebody who wants to work on Broadway, whether you work in television, film, in theater, events, you're dealing with $1 million budgets, if not more. And so why wouldn't you want a manager who's got some finance background? Obviously, I took a little bit of a different route in the long run, but the skills are so transferable because you're managing people who are going through a stressful process and managing that process for them. So
my path was a little different. I never knew what I wanted to do. So I had probably 8 different majors in college, graduated as a double major and with minors. It was a mess. Went to grad school for entrepreneurship, and I always just wanted to work for myself in a very creative way, something that would make me happy. When I graduated, I started working in real estate pretty immediately. Worked first for an agent in Brooklyn, learned how to do the business. Then worked in new development marketing and sales for the new condo buildings in Manhattan and Brooklyn. And then I joined Geoff 2 years ago now.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so Geoff, you were doing it on your own first, and then Aaron, you kind of moved into the
Aaron
team.
was in the industry before I was. He was had a full-time job with these new development companies, but there was a moment between new development companies where he was an admin for an agent. And
Gotcha.
when he was there was another agent team that sat directly behind him who was looking for an admin.
They said, "Where can I find one of you?" And I said, "Oh, I have one on my couch right now. I'll bring it tomorrow."
And that was my kind of entrance into the industry. I started as an admin for a real estate team for about 8 months before I realized I was on the wrong side of the business and needed to be an agent full time.
And now we're on the right side.
Very nice. Well, you guys obviously pride yourself on the Bronx, you're residents of the Bronx, and in particular, Riverdale, which is a very special community. And I'm going to allow you guys to express and describe that community to us in a second. But do you venture outside of Riverdale and into other neighborhoods of the Bronx? And if so, what are those neighborhoods? And can you explain that to us a little bit?
Yeah, we do sales across the borough. We've done sales in Belmont, Bedford Park, Pelham Gardens. We're all over the borough. Grand Concourse as well. We've gone down to the South Bronx and done deals in Mott Haven. So we really spend our time across the borough. One of the reasons we do that is because there aren't a lot of agents who specialize in this area. So we wanted to be able to provide that higher quality experience to our clients, even though they're dealing with a lower price point in an outer borough.
Yeah, and because we live in Riverdale and have lived here for almost 8 years now, most of our Bronx connections are here. So it's easier for us to do business here. And it's also our favorite neighborhood. So it's great.
So, and thank you for that answer, because now I want to hear sort of the comparison piece. You've obviously chosen to make a life in the Bronx. there are a lot of neighborhoods that aren't as well known as some of the other neighborhoods that maybe our members and guests are more familiar with. So how would you best compare the value and the charm, both the value and the charm of the Bronx with other boroughs of New York? Are there certain lifestyles that best fit certain neighborhoods? And can you describe some of that to us?
So population density is lower in the Bronx than other boroughs in the city.
That's something that we feel very frequently when we go and visit friends in Brooklyn and Queens, because when we're walking around neighborhoods, it feels much more densely packed. The streets themselves, not even just with people, but the buildings. You know, we have a lot more, at least in certain parts of the Northwest Bronx, more single family homes that are unattached, whereas in other parts of the city, you get a lot more attached homes.
Yeah, like row houses. From a strictly data standpoint, I can go over average price per square foot compared to the Bronx. Last quarter in Manhattan, it was $14.86 per square foot. Brooklyn, $8.48. Queens, $6.37. The Bronx was $3.39.
Wow. Wow. So almost one, it's like a quarter to a fifth less than Manhattan price per square foot.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
you're getting priced out.
And even looking at Upper Manhattan for a second, right? Inwood and Hudson Heights, the neighborhood that's just to our south here in Riverdale, that area, your average price point is usually around $600,000.
Yeah, the median was 601,000. And then for Riverdale, which is 5 minutes away, 343,000.
Wow.
50% off by sitting on the train one more stop.
Wow. Well, that is invaluable information. Thank you for that. So as far as our group is concerned, because we always like to find ways to make it easier for our members to push you guys into the conversation, right? So as far as the group is concerned, what may come up in conversation that could trigger a good introduction for the two of you? In other words, where do most of your clients currently live? And what would they be looking for that might make them interested in considering a move to Riverdale?
So one of the big things in this area in Riverdale are what we call the Three Hills schools. That's the Ethical Culture Fieldston School, Horace Mann, and the Riverdale Country School. So those are three of the most prestigious private schools in the nation, let alone the city. So if you have high net worth clients who are talking about what private schools they're sending their kids to, it's very likely that they're shipping their kids off from the Upper West Side to our neighborhood. We see across the street from us the black town cars dropping off kids every morning and picking them up every afternoon. But for the same $2, $3, $4 million you're spending for your 1 or 2 bedroom in Midtown, you could have a beautiful, gorgeous home here in Riverdale. So, I mean, it's obviously a question of what your priorities are, but why not live right down the block from where you're sending your kids to school and hop on the Metro North to get to work?
Yeah, but we're having a lot of clients come from Brooklyn and Queens, and
even parts of Jersey,
parts of Manhattan, who are just getting priced out of these insane markets. And they're seeing the content we're putting out and how long we've lived here and how much we love it. And we get to convince other people to make their life here. And it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I've loved this so far. This has been fun with you guys. It's been very informative and elucidating, but now we're going to have a different kind of fun. Since I have the two of you, we're going to play a quick game. Okay. How well do you know your partner?
Oh God.
All right. So the first question, I guess I'm going to ask Geoff. Geoff, what would Aaron tell you his favorite local restaurant would be and why?
I'm going to say Aaron's favorite local restaurant is Tin Marin. He's obsessed with the mussels at that restaurant.
Okay, Tin Marin. Why would you say that he would love Tin Marin? What was the answer?
He has an obsession over their mussels and white wine sauce that I know is like his favorite thing.
Okay, his answer was, may I share it?
Yeah.
Was Cloudy's Kitchen.
That was the one I was thinking.
All right. Well, now that we're laughing at Geoff's answer, it's time to make fun of Aaron and see how little he knows about Geoff, but maybe he'll get it right. So far, we're 0 for 1. The next question is, what would Geoff tell you his favorite outdoor activity to do in the Bronx?
Probably to walk the dog in the beautiful park that's right outside our building.
Ding, 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 ding. You got it right. Absolutely. All right, it's 1-0. Next question, only a couple more. Geoff, you got to make a comeback here. What is Aaron's favorite New York-based movie?
See, this was hard.
This was really hard.
I don't watch movies.
I was gonna say the first thing that probably came to his mind, I was thinking Home Alone 2.
Ooh, it's a good one.
I don't even remember what I said, to be honest.
Aaron said his favorite movie was Coming to America with Eddie Murphy.
That would be my favorite.
And Jeff's favorite movie is Ghostbusters. Would you have known
New
that,
York
Aaron?
based movie.
Oh, I was thinking either The Last 5 Years.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, I know. Or Spider-Man.
That's also a good movie.
All right, last question. This is for Aaron. What is the #1 hidden gem in the Bronx?
According to Geoff.
Yeah, sorry, according to Geoff.
I don't even know what you would say. The Botanical Gardens.
Is that the same as Wave Hill Public Gardens?
No.
No, but it's a different one.
All right, well, we'll give you half credit. I think you guys probably know each other as well as any two people on the planet could know each other. So I just wanted to have a little bit of fun as our time ran out and give a sense of New York from your perspective and a little bit more about the Bronx. But I think it's all time for us to make a field trip to the Bronx, to spend some time with you guys and your favorite local hangs, get a sense for the neighborhoods, the vibe, the energy, because I know it's there. I myself don't spend enough time in the Bronx, but now that I'm friends with the two of you, I plan to come up and hang out a little more often. And I thank you both for everything that you've contributed to this interview, to our group. I think you guys are fantastic. And I have great news. Mallory's business is closed.
Oh, yay.
So thank you both for that.
That's awesome.
The last thought I think that we'd want to leave everybody with,
Yes, please.
our takeaway is that there's a lot of preconceptions about this borough that have kind of hung on from the 70s, 80s, 90s, back when the city was a very different place than it is today.
Yeah.
So I urge you to think about the city a little differently. And when you hear the Bronx, to stop thinking about it as a scary place, because you could be in Midtown Manhattan and that's the most dangerous place in the city.
And how comfortable do you feel there?
So just rethink how you view the area and let's explore it together.
I love it, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you all for your attention. You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you, Aaron and Geoff, for stepping into the spotlight. Big thank you to Jay for getting these conversations going. Always interesting to learn about our members personally and professionally. And I would just echo big thank you, Aaron, Geoff, for stepping right in, becoming key members of Chapter 1. For those who do not know, they joined us virtually in a world of Zoom, in a world of not meeting in person. But I knew when I first met them virtually that they would be great additions to our group. And I always hope that when I meet somebody, introduce them to our group, that they just buy in from day one what we're all about, and certainly you to exemplify that from day one. So thrilled to have you here, thrilled to learn more about you. Now the spotlight actually goes to the rest of us. Now that you've heard Aaron and Geoff, I know many of you know them already, personally and professionally. It is now our job to make connections and introductions. Anyone with any connection with the Bronx, or as they pointed out, many who don't know much about the Bronx, but they can educate them. Let's make those connections. Let's make those introductions. Chances are someone's not going to walk up to you tomorrow and say, oh, do you know a Bronx agent? Of course, if they do, this is great. You can make the introduction. But chances are the way this works, it's about introduction. So please introduce them. They're very heavily involved in social media. As Courtney mentioned, that's often a good way to meet somebody initially. Share their social media, share their contacts, and let's get more business directed their way. Speaking of gratitude, we now transition to the gratitude portion of our meeting, as opposed to the beginning where we had a good time or sang songs about ourselves. This is the time to sing praises for other people.